battle video, and today we're gonna knock out one of the last few stages for no item runs that I have not done. I wanted to do this one, so I got Join Forces done, and I wanted to do this one since it was more so focused on these new units, the Android 19 and 20, as well as the 17 and 18. Now, this run is pretty hard. Honestly, this stage, I feel like is way too difficult for the level of characters we have in this category team. Oddly so, I would say, right? Like, I don't know, this stage, it makes me wonder if they're just gonna really hard buff the Android category moving forward. Like, maybe the Android category's got a lot to do with Dragon Ball Super Superhero or something. Because this stage, dude, these enemies, like, I'm not playing around when it's like their super attacks can, like, one-shot most of the team, like, often. So, these fights are really difficult to sort of get around. The new units are a huge help. 19 and 20 and 17 and 18 completely dominate these runs. See, and the other thing that's very unfortunate, 170 right there is very good that they take. Once they super attack, their defense is crazy. But all these enemies throughout this run, it's like they're all like, dude, because like Cell, right? What is he? He could stun Android / Cell Saga enemies, and then it's like, you know, the two Android duos can absorb Ki Blasts. But guess what? Like, all of these robots, all these GT robots, the Sigma Force, they all do like rocket punches and shit like that. So like, we're not actually, dude, look at Cell, by the way. Like, Cell looks so good in this run. Like, he is crazy, because typically these like supports, you know, these like 40% supports and stuff like that, they're not typically dropping 5 million attack stats while doing this level of damage. So Cell is, again, frequently throughout this run able to look really impressive. With this Android build here, we do have a lot of support on the team as well, right? 19 and 20 are supporting a lot. The two Android 13s are supporting a lot, as well as Second Form Cell is supporting the entire team, I guess, except for Super 17, 16, and the Androids. But Cell is supporting 17 and 18 and 19 and 20. Those two duo units, again, really are the core of the team. So these runs were the first time I'd used Tech Android 16. Dude, dude, Tech Android 16 feels abysmal to me. Like, the amount of runs I had to do because this asshole simply did not guard, like, ever, is just very frustrating. I don't know what it is, but his defense seems to go up way too much after he attacks. Like, I don't know if some of Android 16's, like, because, like, he gets defense per Android category ally on the team, right? Like, it's, judging by the way it seems to massively explode after he super attacks, like, is that buff on super? It shouldn't be. I know he greatly raises defense on super, but dude, this Android 16, if guard, like, it's a coin flip. If guard doesn't activate, you die. Like, he's so bad. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with him. It's like, when his guard activates, he's fantastic, right? You know, like 2 and 3 million attack stats while he's virtually untouchable, I think is pretty solid. But I hate that coin flip. And again, you know, someone once commented, you love chance to dodge. Why do you hate chance to guard? It's because you go into the turn, and if you don't have guard, you're fucked. Every hit, you take full damage, you're dead, right? Whereas with dodge, you can actually dodge the individual attacks, and you could actually potentially be okay, right? So 16, like, I had numerous runs where Android 16 just completely was disintegrated, and did virtually nothing, right? He just gets absolutely just like incinerated. Android 16 just is honestly just embarrassing, right? But this run, we were able to make it work. 19 and 20, again, will continue to carry a lot of this. I gave them full additionals for a reason. They get defense on their super attack effect. They also heal 10% on super. So when they double super, they're doing a lot of damage, and they're healing quite a bit, right? 20% heal from a double super is, again, very good. Defensively, they're incredibly high, and they're able to support as well. Notice that we are using AGL Super 17 The reason I'm running him over LR Super 17 is that, dude, LR Super 17, like, yeah, he's good and stuff like that, but, like, he's just running off of pure defense, and it's like, you know, I could have potentially rocked Tech LR 17 in there. I don't know if it would have worked that better, because that unit was, for the most part, just sort of, like, floating around. That AGL Super 17. There's not really many times where I, like, kind of, like, really relied on him to, like, really tank. But if LR Super 17 gets supered, he's done. Because they made just the moronic, stupid, utterly ridiculous decision that Super 17 does not get damage reduction until he gets hit, and then it's the following turn. Like, I just can't, I have to know what was going through their heads. Like, you want this guy to be a defensive unit, but he doesn't defend until after turn 1, and it's even still only 17% damage reduction. It's not the craziest ever. Like, I don't get it. Like, Super 17 should have 40% damage reduction at the start of turn. LR Super 17, along with everything else he's doing. That would help him out a lot more. Like, the unit just doesn't, he should have done so much more considering how limited this team is. Now I was very fearful of this rotation right here. I thought I was in trouble, but we're just so overloaded with support on this rotation that we're able to make this. I think this is actually the key turn of the entire fight. I think is this one. I had a lot of difficulties in my runs with this second fight right here, Rildo and then the Sigma Force sort of combined. Again, both of them, their super attacks are just melee attacks. Like, Rildo does a goddamn rocket punch, right? It's frustrating because it's like, it just key blasts and like this would be a joke. But Rildo is a problem, and then Sigma Force is a problem as well. Again, 19 and 20. If you guys have seen me using them, like, I want to call them the best banner unit, but it's like, dude, like, Heart Virus Goku is ridiculous, right? Like, Third Form Frieza's on that level too. Like, these three banner units they're just so radically good. It's crazy, right? Because, like, Heart Virus Goku can perform at a ridiculously good level as well, right? But dude, 19 and 20, I'm, like, stunned at how good they are. Like, actually, like, they're so impressive. Just finishing off the Sigma Force right there was so big. Because the other thing about this second fight right here, remember that the androids, this active skill of theirs, dude, as we do the world tour, as we continue the world tour for this unit, this active skill is just, like, beyond belief good. They're able to, you know, ghost usher an enemy, and it will work as long as there's not specifically 2 enemies. And they have above 35% HP, right? Those are the 2 conditions. I don't really consider that bad. I feel like in most conditions most situations, you'll be able to get it where you want it. By the way, remember, they really majorly get powered up by tech orbs, so you want to make it a priority as much as possible to get them the tech orbs. Maybe if you can get them 8 orbs to get that extra defense, that would be good. But, I mean, I don't really care about the difference between, you know, 7 orbs gets them a little bit of extra attack, which for the most part, like, you know, like, on like this turn, I don't know that it's really like that big of a deal, whereas just getting them the tech orbs is important. I saw someone commented like why do you say they need tech orbs? They don't. It's like, yeah, they do. They get 35% attack and defense per tech orb, and they get 18% attack and 17% defense per non-tech orb. Like, which orb is better, man? Come on. Like, you want to force feed them as many tech orbs as possible. Like, they're definitely good, even if you're not able to get a shit ton of tech orbs, but there's a major difference when you're able to get, you know, 9 orbs, including 8 tech orbs, and when you're able to get, like, 3, like, non-tech orbs or something like that, right? Like, nuking characters, you have to feed them. It's like, the unit, like, it's not, like, completely perfect in every single way, but I do actually really like the design of 17 and 18. Again, I wouldn't really change anything about them. I like the way 17 and 18 are made. I think the one thing, though, I would change anything. The one thing, though, just would have been, I think Fear and Faith would have been helpful on them. Because, like, a lot of the Goku Black units have that. Some of the other future androids have got that. So I think that could have been good for them to potentially work with non-android units. But besides them having Fear and Faith rather than, like, I don't know, Twin Terrors or something like that, I think their design is great. I actually love the androids. Like, right now, I'm actually really not too sure, like, Super Vegeta or the androids, like, they both have so many pros to them with very little cons, right? The most notable thing I would say is Vegeta does have more of a weakness than the androids. In that, remember, Vegeta has 2 buffers to getting his max defense. He has to super attack, and he has to get hit to really gain a lot of defense, right? Whereas the androids, I mean, if you get good luck with your tech orbs, you could put the androids in slot 1 in, like, extreme super battle, or, like, in these stages, we could rock them in slot 1. This is a perfect example. Now, I have to take my time here. Again, we're able to use the Ghost Usher effect, which is perfect. Like, if you guys noticed at the end of the last fight, I lined it up perfectly so that we were going to be able to get the Dokkan attack with the 17 and 18, and it was going to be at the start of this fight. So I was able, everything lined up perfectly in this run to sort of clear this field out right here. I actually did not make it to this fight very many times in these runs. The second fight was a real mother bitch. Like, the second fight was really tough. Rildo gave me huge issues because they have type coverage, right? Like, Rildo is STR, and then the Sigma Force are tech. So it's not like I could just put Android 13 in slot 1 and we're good, because it's like Rildo attacks 3 times and then the Sigma Force is attacking 3 times, right? So, like, that second fight was just a real threat. But right here, with the androids, we're able to completely dominate. I actually might have made a slight misplay right here because I focus on Dr. Mew. Now, remember that the androids do seal when they super attack. Obviously, the Dokkan attack is going to one-shot him. I probably should have aimed for Baby, though. That would have minimized my risk if I had aimed for Baby, but I was just, like, I felt like the damage, like, and the healing and all that, it's better if I aimed for Mew, but I am 100% positive, like, just through playing the game through years, that when they do this Dokkan attack, each unit individually has a separate chance for their crit to activate. I know that for sure, right, on these Dokkan attacks. So, like, their crit can hit Mew, Rildo, and Baby separately, right? So even if they crit on Mew, it doesn't mean they crit on Baby and Rildo, right? I know that from all of these runs throughout the years. But they absolutely decimate the enemy field, right? Mew gets incinerated beyond belief. I believe 16 does finish Baby off right here with a double super, which is really good. Again, 16, I'm going to do his level 10 link video soon. He actually really greatly disappointed me in these runs, but that was a really clutch crit right there. Because, you know, 16, it happened a couple of times where I got to this point, he didn't guard, and then Baby supered him for 700k. Like, I'm not lying. Like, that Tech Android 16, supposed to be a defensive wall, gets supered for 700k. It's great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Android 16. So, it's good that I didn't have to even, like, risk that chance right there. And then now we're completely good, right? We were able to get rid of Baby and Mew in turn 1, so all we have is an STR enemy right there. That's a Ki Blast attack that Rildo does, by the way. So I could have put 19 and 20 in slot 1, and we would have been completely safe. So if this run should show you guys anything, oh, by the way, 420, double 420s by Super 17, okay. But if this should show you anything, is that, dude, these 2 Android banner units, 19 and 20 and 17 and 18, are just, they're as good as advertised, dude. Because this stage is not on the level of Pure Saiyan or Universal Survival Saga, but it is very freaking hard. This is a really hard stage, right? There's other recent units that came out. I don't think Android 21 is really going to help out too much. I tried 17 and Android 8 a little bit, but they get hit hard. I think they would have to be run as a rotation with 14 and 15 to get a lot of those links activated, like Cold Judgment and Tough as Nails and stuff like that. Maybe in that instance, I think 17 and 8 and 14 and 15 potentially could work. And that would also give you access to the Scouter effect. Like, there's definitely a couple of builds that would work here. I think the free-to-play SCR Android 18 also would be a capable option, but a lot of these Android units are old and honestly not that good for this stage. All the LR cells get destroyed in here. They all get crushed. They're not good enough to just carry through this stage anymore. You could definitely win with in LR cell or physical LR cell or something like that. But again, they're not good enough to carry through this stage no longer. But 17 and 18 and 19 and 20 absolutely are. Like, they're so good. And you guys see, such a shame. LR Super 17 not even in the run, man. I don't know. Oh, 17, man.